What is up, guys? Mac Speed coming at you. 30 caliber Polymags, highly anticipated, never duplicated, the one and only red-tipped terror from Predator in 30 caliber configuration, guys. Soon as I saw these start to really group well in the 25 caliber offering in my Marauder, I became increasingly curious to see what these big, bad, pointed bombs would do in the Hatsan Blitz. Now, much to my disappointment, in their factory configuration, they do not fit the height of this Hatsan Blitz magazine, like I said, in its stock configuration. Today, we are going to go ahead and try and remediate that problem. Joe over at Predator had said that what people are doing is clipping the very tip of the actual ballistic piece within this round off to go ahead and shorten the round itself and make it fit within the magazine. I am not a proponent of this. I feel like the good, highly intelligent people at Predator have put a lot of time and development into going ahead and making this round exactly the way that it's spit out of the factory. I mean, I'm not a ballistic engineer or, you know, a physicist or anything, but they made them this way for a specific reason, and I'm gonna stick to that, you know, no matter what I have to do to get them to fit in this magazine unmodified. There's a reason they're made this way. So my goal ultimately is to use them in the fashion they were spit out of the factory in this magazine with full capabilities. I don't ever, with a platform like the Blitz, want to be reduced to single shot anything. There is no single shot tray for that gun, and there's a reason for it. When you have the option to flip a switch and go to 1,000+ rounds per minute, there's no room in that platform's expected use for a single shot tray. Having said that, guys, let's get right into machining this magazine so that these Predators will fit unmodified. All right, gentlemen, here are our Polymags in 30 caliber, nicely produced, high quality, fine ammunition here. Definitely, this is the good stuff if you're going for 30 cal. This is our Blitz magazine. Now let's take a look at the problem before we start to look for a solution. There is an interference fit, as you can see, between the back of the skirt of the pellet and the magazine door itself. We can rectify that by going ahead, taking this over to our milling setup, and basically shaving this entire area down, maybe, you know what, 15, 20 thousandths of an inch. It won't really need to be much that we take down this back side of the magazine door whatsoever to be able to get these guys to clear. I mean, look how small the height difference is between the magazine and the gear itself and the pellet. It's just not that much space, guys. Just using a very small Phillips screwdriver, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna disassemble this magazine door from this magazine. Now, because I'm only removing the mag door itself, there shouldn't be any springs that come out at me. There shouldn't be any other pieces under tension. It should just be this piece by itself. And look at that, it totally is. Interestingly, guys, look at these two casting marks right here. 1 and 2. There's the difference of about what we need to fit a Polymag between the casting mark height and the rest of the door. So I feel confident in removing some material and not altering the structural integrity of this door itself. Let's get it chucked up on the milling table and see what happens, guys. All right, guys, now for those of you who are wondering how we're gonna go ahead and cut this, we're gonna be using a 4-flute end mill. Now check this out. This thing's razor sharp, so do be careful with it. All 4 of these flutes are all razor edged all the way down the body of this end mill, and all 4 of those edges on top are also razor sharp, guys. Never used this one before. This is a brand new machine tool, and this is what we'll be cutting our milled face with. I think you guys are going to find this process very interesting. Let's go ahead and get this brand new carbide end mill chucked up, and then we'll go ahead and get this nice mag door strapped down, and we'll see exactly how much material we need to remove to go ahead and fit these Polymags in the factory configuration, guys. Let's get right into it.
Alright guys, so we've got all the pieces of the puzzle here. We have our machined magazine lid, we have our magazine itself, and we have our Predator Polymags. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to assemble this real quick. You can see that the posts haven't been deformed badly by the clamps that we saw. You know, nothing's really causing a problem, but you can see there's been some space generated between that magazine and the mag door itself. That machining has really kind of, you know, opened up the tolerances between those two pieces, and then hopefully we'll be able to go ahead and fit some polymags in. Let's get it assembled, guys. Easy peasy, looking good, guys. You can still pretty much see through that mag door also. Don't know how great the camera's picking it up, but I could definitely see through there. And I see all those cool machining marks as well. Man, a guy like me, I really like seeing the machining marks. It feels cool. You know, there's no real delineation as far as height between the passes. There's nothing to catch your fingernail on. It looks good. This is good, guys. Let's fill it up with rounds and see if we got the clearance we need. Alright guys, let's go ahead and see if we can get this mag door to close. Looks good. That looks good, guys. What do you think? To me, that looks like a nice precision fit. Feels like we still have a little tiny bit of interference right there. Feels like that's just not quite deep enough of a recess right there, but maybe you might be able to skip over it. Throw down in the comments what you think of this, guys. If you think this is a good mod, let me know. If you guys think that there's something else that could be done to potentially go ahead and make this even easier of a process, also throw it down. Always open to other people's opinions. You know, it's one of the beautiful things about YouTube. We can all share ideas. Let's go ahead and give it the cycle test and see if these rounds actually go ahead and cycle out of this magazine. Looks like we still got to give it a little bit more, boys. Alright guys, and after a quick second pass on the mill, it looks like we were definitely able to go ahead and generate the space necessary to be able to easily close this magazine exactly as the factory intended with no modification whatsoever to the Polymag. Now, I can kind of hear a little bit of space there. You can kind of hear that rattle. That means they're not jammed in there, guys. Also, you can kind of visually see that small amount of space between the actual round and the top of the door itself. That means we've probably got enough physical clearance to go ahead and cycle these rounds. Now, I haven't tried these rounds in the Hatsan Blitz in any configuration, no matter what, whether it's clipped off at the tip, sanded down with an emery board, or through a modified magazine. So if you want to see what happens with these rounds through the Hatsan Blitz 30 cal, definitely tune in next episode as we get a full spectrum look at them. For now, I'm just really happy to have seen this unmodified Predator Polymag fit directly into the 30 cal Blitz magazine with no modification. Giving it a quick cycle test. Oh, tight fit, yep. I like it, gentlemen. Where she failed on us before, looks like she's smooth as silk now. Definitely, I'm going to consider this a win, and definitely I'm going to be more than willing to continue the pellet testing on this specific round in this specific caliber with this specific machined magazine, guys. Definitely glad to have hopefully provided a good workaround if you happen to have a drill press and access to Amazon where you might be able to buy some end mills as well as a milling table. It's really not that hard of a process, guys. I'm sure there's other ways that you can do this, and if you have another way, definitely throw it down in the comments. But for me and for what I'm trying to do, I definitely think this was a good fix, guys.
All right, gentlemen, I hope you really enjoyed that in-depth look about what exactly it takes to go ahead and get stock factory Predator Polymags to fit in the Hatsan Blitz 30 caliber full auto magazine. Not too terribly much effort. Without having to set up cameras and everything else, I probably could accomplish this entire task in about 10 minutes, guys. You guys saw my drill press. Thing's ancient. You don't need a lot of specialized equipment to get this done, and most guys already inherently have most skills necessary to get this accomplished, you know, within their repertoire. So this is not outside of the realm of the average hobbyist, guys. Having said that, guys, other than the just released JSB Hades and those NSA slugs, I don't really know of another expanding round in the 30 caliber offering for the Hatsan Blitz. So maybe, just maybe, this fix here puts us in that realm of expanding ammunition that we were kind of lacking in the 30 caliber stuff, guys. Alright guys, I think that's a great place to end the video, but if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. You want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe for more with that notifications button so that you can stay current on the channel as well as when new videos come out. If you really like this video, make sure you share it so somebody else can see it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.